This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Shashina Roll. As always, it is so great to have you with us. Topping news, a new group of recruits joining the Royal Bahamas Police Force Monday evening after 6 months of specialized and rigorous training. A ceremony held to welcome the recruits to the force, but more importantly, wise words on how to be successful upholders of the law.
Minister of National Security, the Honorable Bernard Nottage, commending the recruits for choosing the noble profession of being a police officer. He says the government is taking the proactive approach to invest in the critical resources to ensure that the criminal element and violent behavior does not fester.
Let me assure you, members of Recruit B Squad, that you are an integral part of the government's strategy to combat crime in Grand Bahama, by augmenting the number of police officers on the island with intelligent, assertive young men and women who possess the tenacity, discipline, fortitude, devotion, and ability to stamp out crime before it overcomes us.
Minister Nottage adding that they have joined the force at an important time as the nation is amping up its fight against crime. He told the recruits that to whom much is given, much is expected.
Your training would have enabled you to come to the realization that the job of policing is no small, easy task. There will be many long, sleepless hours patrolling the streets that will require you to be alert. You will visit communities throughout Grand Bahama, countless businesses, homes, and functions in carrying out your duties. You will find that the job of policing in the times in which we live is not for the apathetic or the faint-hearted, but for those who are determined and willing to work hard, to work smart, and to remain committed to their calling.
Commissioner of Police Ellison Greenslade encouraged the recruits to stay on the straight and narrow. Greenslade also telling members of the community that they must do their part to encourage the officers.
I am begging you, parents, relatives, and friends. I am begging you, pastors. Please affirm these young people. Convince them that they can continue to do good. Please, I ask you, beg them to keep their hands clean, to keep their noses clean, to keep their hearts pure. A wicked police officer hiding as a wolf in sheep clothing in our uniforms cannot serve the people of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
The Royal Bahamas Police Force also performing along with drilled demonstrations by the new recruits. Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
Well, a man fatally wounded while doing a good deed yesterday. Reports say shortly after 10 o'clock yesterday morning, police received information that a female resident was accosted by an unknown assailant while in the Freeport area. The culprit allegedly snatched her purse from her vehicle and fled. The woman reportedly gave chase and was assisted by two men who were nearby. Inspector Tercy DePinder picks up the story from here.
She screamed and made chase behind the culprit. Two males nearby saw her in distress and assisted her. They then pursued the culprit. A short distance down, they were able to catch up with the culprit. A struggle ensued between the two males and the culprit. The female was able to get her purse back. The culprit at that time stabbed one of the males in the stomach area. He, a short time later, died at the Ram Memorial Hospital.
Now, Pender regards the man as a good Samaritan who was very brave to help a woman in distress, but she cautions members of the public about dealing with such situations.
We are not aware if they are armed with a gun or a knife, and in doing so, you may put yourself in harm's way. Now, we are appealing to the Grand Bahama community and the community at large. We are here to help our neighbors. We're not disputing that. But in the meantime, we are asking you to use caution and care.
Police issuing a wanted bulletin late this afternoon. They say they need your help in locating 29-year-old Rashid Ingrid Farrington of number 79 Cabot Drive, Freeport. Police say Farrington is wanted for murder and is known to frequent the Garden Villas area. He is described as medium complexion, slim built, weighs 165 pounds, and stands between 5 feet 9 to 6 inches in height. Farrington is considered armed and extremely dangerous. If you have seen or know the whereabouts of 29-year-old Rashid Ingrid Farrington, you are urged to contact the Central Detective Unit office at telephone numbers 350-3107 or 8, emergency numbers 911-919, or call your nearest police station. In other news, there continues to be a hailstorm of controversy surrounding the government's new immigration policy, and the implementation of this new law is being felt throughout the Bahamas, in particular on the island of Abaco, an island known for its large Haitian communities. Joan Davis-Roll reports.
As the government moves ahead with its new immigration policy, members of the Haitian communities in Abaco are said to be struggling. Community leader Tues says many are concerned about the impact this policy is having on the children born to Haitian parents here in the Bahamas.
There are kids that are innocent that are going to be sent back, and it's kind of touching, you know. I just feel as if they should look at it in a much different way and try to get the best of whatever this is. We understand what they're trying, you know what I mean, but there's still people that are hurting and that need help.
He says families will be separated, and the ties formed by many of the innocent is particularly difficult. Obviously, I see you becoming emotional, have ties to certain individuals. Tell me a bit about that.
Well, I have about 6 kids that are a part of my organization, because I do have an organization as well, even though I'm a part of Heal Our Land. It's called Changing Heart Ministries, and there's about six kids in my class that contend to my organization that are part of this new change as well. You see what I'm saying? And
What they said?
well, they don't really say nothing, but you can see the expression on their face that they're prepared, you know, to do whatever it is to be done. You know what I mean? And that's kind of sad.
As the call goes out for illegal immigrants to comply with the new policy, Tues says Abaco is doing its part.
It's affecting Abaco tremendously in that the parents of these kids will be going back. Not know if, they will be going back, you know what I mean? And what's going to happen to these kids, you know? And we're trying our best to do whatever we can, you know? Let's say this a step back a little bit. We have parents that are Bahamian that are even hurting worse than the parents, these kids, you know what I mean? And you'd be surprised, Joan, I'm telling you, you'd be surprised. They call me, they stop me on the side of the road, Mr. Tues, I need some help, bad, you know? And he's a single parent. Yeah, it's a really single parent. I had a parent that stopped me yesterday and said to me, listen here, I don't have no husband, you know, and I have 3 boys and this and that and the next thing, and you know, it's sad. It's real sad. Real sad. You know, so we're trying our best to do whatever we can.
Joan Davis-Roll, ZNS Network News.
Well, switching gears now, Grand Bahama welcoming a special visitor. The Governor General of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas made the annual visit to the Grand Bahama Health Services on Monday. Tonight, Sabrina Brown tells us that the event was filled with pomp and pageantry.
The Governor General, Her Excellency Dame Marguerite Pindling, arrived at the Rand Memorial Hospital to a royal welcome. Scores of students from schools throughout Grand Bahama braved the inclement weather, all in the name of national pride. Following the cultural extravaganza, the Governor General was taken on a tour of selected wards at the hospital. She also took time out to interact with a group of children during a storytelling moment. During her official remarks, Her Excellency Dame Marguerite reflected on the event's theme, Remember Them Old Days, Them Good Old Happy Days.
This calls to mind the fact that our country stands on the simplest of principles, kindness and compassion toward each other, good manners, respect for authority, punctuality, and perfect attendance at work.
She also encouraged members of the Grand Bahama Health Services to continue to be a ray of hope in the community.
Let every patient and visitor to this institution experience the manner of your bearing through which you and this institution will continue to be held in high regard. during this holiday season and through the coming year, I encourage you to reaffirm your commitment to work together for the best quality health care in our Bahamas.
A wall of Governors General was also unveiled during that ceremony. Sabrina Brown, ZNS Network News.
Stay with us, there's more news right after this.
Happy holidays from all of us here at the ZNS Network.
Well, the 11th Abaco Christmas Festival held over the weekend, ushering the holiday cheer on that northern island. The festival began as a joint creation between the Ministry of Tourism and the Member of Parliament for Abaco. Years later, residents from near and far still gather for the Festival of Celebrations. Megan Shepard reports.
The theme of the evening was spreading love and the holiday cheer at the 11th annual Abaco Christmas Festival. Minister of Tourism, the Honorable Obi Wolshcombe, says he is proud to see the growth of the festival over the years and the camaraderie that it creates.
Let's give more of love this Christmas time. Let's show some of our people how much we care. Let's remember those who are on the poverty line. Let's remember those individuals who are in hospitals, who are sick. Let's remember those persons who were here last year but are not here this year. Let's remember the great men and women of our country who gave so much.
Member of Parliament for North Abaco, Renato Curry, encouraging residents to remember the reason for the season and to spread love as much as possible.
When I think about Christmas, I think about the three words: love, goodwill, and peace. These three words for me replicate what life is all about. It's about sharing, it's about giving, it's about coming together as one. This is a time of year when we put aside all differences and we become our brother's keepers. Wouldn't it be nice to be this way every day of the week, every year?
The festival had activities for the young and young at heart. Families spending the day mixing and mingling with one another. These kids were surely having a good time.
I like the festival because I get to hang out with my friends and we used the silly string. And I like the police band when it came, and it's really fun. And this is my third time.
I've been here before, but I love the festival because I get to hang out with my friends, watch the police band, see a little bit of drunken at the end, and like hang out.
I get to hang out with my friends and have fun.
First time here?
Yes.
How do you enjoy it so far?
It's really fun.
It's been fun so far. Well, we haven't. I just came here, and I just got my ticket, so I'll see like by the end of the day if it's fun. But it's been fun so far.
Barbara Reckley was this year's honoree chosen to light the tree.
Being out here this evening with them, it makes me feel happy. It gives me a joyful feeling to see that they all came out to enjoy this festival. And again, like I said, I am happy to be here, and I was happy to be chosen to light the Christmas tree.
Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
The Grand Bahama Shipyard continuing to make major strides on Grand Bahama. Coordinators say the Community Relations Department is a new department developed to better serve the different communities on Grand Bahama. The company has adopted 8 Mile Rock High School and has recently donated a bus to that institution.
8 Mile Rock High School has been our school for already 12 years. So we have been trying to help the school in any way we can think of.
It's a matter of us now really working with the community. And so what we're doing here today is not the first thing that we've done for 8 Mile Rock High School. As Callie has indicated to you, it is a high school that the shipyard has adopted. And so this was just a major contribution that we wanted to make to them, and they are in badly need of a bus. And ask that the contributions that we had for them this year go toward that bus.
8 Mile Rock High School Principal Ivan Butler expressed his gratitude to the Grand Bahama Shipyard for the donation.
8 Mile Rock High School has been our school for already 12 years. So we have been trying to help the school in any way we can think of. It's a matter of us now really working with the community. And so what we're doing here today is not the first thing that we've done for 8 Mile Rock High School. As Callie has indicated to you, it is a high school that the shipyard has adopted. And so this was just a major contribution that we wanted to make to them, and ask that the contributions that we had for them this year go toward that bus. 8 Mile Rock High School Principal Ivan Butler expressed his gratitude to the Grand Bahama Shipyard for the donation. Santa definitely came early for the students of 8 Mile Rock High School. For a long time we've been in desperate need of a school bus. Our bus serves our students well. We service students from Freeport all the way to the West End community. And so it is a much needed donation, and we are very grateful to the shipyard for stepping in and helping us.
Now, District Superintendent for West Grand Bahama, Mary Cooper, says she's thankful to the Grand Bahama Shipyard for all the positive work they are doing throughout the community. And a local organization is also giving back. The Grand Bahama Down Syndrome Society hosted its annual Buddy Walk back in May of this year. Many Grand Bahamians did take up the challenge in support of those affected with the Down syndrome condition. All proceeds were used to purchase fine motor aids for students at the Beacon School. Association President Wendy Hanna said the society is more than pleased to make this presentation.
We were able to purchase a number of toys and supplies and aids for the school, as you can see, and they're enjoying them and they're using them and they will continue to use them. So again, in 2015, we hope to make the same gesture, if not to the Beacon School, to some other special needs affiliated organization, and just to make a difference in their lives and to help these children develop to their full potential. All of these aids will help them to narrow the gap between them and able-bodied children, which is totally possible and totally doable if they have the tools that they need. And so the Beacon School does a lot in that regard, and so we just wanted to assist them in making their job a little bit easier. And also for special needs parents, you know, a lot of them are not able to have all of these aids in the home, and so having them in the school is going to make a huge difference.
Now, the Beacon School was more than happy to receive the gifts, as it will benefit all students.
Our department would have received a generous donation of testing equipment, which will help us particularly with our preschool students in being able to identify them early on and provide parents and teachers and other caregivers with recommendations for how they can improve all skill areas, cognitive skills, their language skills, motor skills, all of those developmental skills.
The students at the Beacon School will benefit tremendously from the donation because it helps in their fine motor skills, their memory skills, and also with the daily living skills that we teach here. So we are really grateful.
And tonight we have an update on a solar system installation that had a homeowner up in arms. Sabrina Brown is on this beat.
Remember Bernadette Johnson, the homeowner who had a solar system installed back in June, but it never worked? After spending over $30,000 and being duped by 2 contractors, Bernadette came to the media. After sharing her story on ZNS News, Bernadette and her family got the help they needed.
After the initial story, a couple people reached out to us, but one person stood out, Mr. Bosfield. His commercial now is on TV. He came by and he said to us he could fix it. No more equipment, he could fix what we having to make it work. And that's exactly what they did. It took them 3 days to do it, but that's exactly what they did. The house is on solar system.
Bernadette says it's been under a month since the solar system was reinstalled by Northern Bahamas Utilities, and her power bill has already decreased by almost $300.
10 days of the bill was after the system was brought back up, and we see a big difference. The bill of previous month was $764. The bill since we did the system is $475. So without a doubt, there is a big difference.
But Bernadette says they have yet to receive a full refund from the initial contractors, and she now wants others to be aware. She says her family will continue to pursue legal action until they recover the thousands of dollars they never received service for. Sabrina Brown, ZNS Network News.
Now remember to check out the West Grand Bahama District and the 8 Mile Walk Boxing Day Committee's Junkanoo Rush Out at Sunset Village in 8 Mile Walk, December 25th and 26th. Stay with us. Ricardo Lightborn has a check on sports when we come back.
Everybody at Sports Time, I'm Ricardo Lightborn. Let's get cooking. The YMCA Tennis Center is officially open. See the opening taking place today. Our Kimberly Mullings can't play a lick of tennis, but she got a report for you.
The ribbon was cut Tuesday afternoon for the YMCA Tennis Center, donated by Chris Lemko, Chris Simonet, and Lyford Key. Sir Jack Hayward, GBPA Honorary Chairman and YMCA patron, says in his 60 years living in Grand Bahama, he has never seen Grand Bahama receive this sort of a gift from any organization in New Providence.
I have never known such a generous gesture that's been made by the people of Lyford Key under Craig Simonet. They should raise the money and spend it on an out island 150 miles away is to me incredible.
Director of Youth, K. Darren Turnquest, says the exposure tennis brings to and for the young people in Grand Bahama, and the Bahamas can have tremendous spin-offs.
I say to many of the young people out there that are around different islands or in the capital, with these new courts being here, I suppose you're going to have some great talent coming out of Grand Bahama, so be prepared for the competition. You know, when you give young people access and opportunity to some new things, it increases their own idea of what they can do. It increases the level of competition, and also we get so much out of them. So even our output increases in what we see our young people bringing to the table.
Immediate past president of the Bahamas Lawn and Tennis Association and VP of the Bahamas Olympic Association, Duran Donaldson, says tennis has been stagnant on his home island for far too long, and he's excited for the opportunities this new venture presents.
So that means we can host international events here. We can actually have the nationals come to Freeport, so the players that live here and travel every year, parents spend money to go to Nassau, we will now be having that come to Freeport. So for me, I see good things coming out of it. I see tennis pros now having jobs, so this is a good thing all around. I welcome the initiative. The Olympic Committee supports this venture.
Local professional tennis players Gully Bow and Larica Russell have been selected to lead the way, as lessons are set to begin in the new year. Russell is looking forward to it.
This is something that we were lacking for a very long time, and for the YMCA to choose me to assist, I think it'll be a great impact for the kids, especially to get a chance to play tennis and to really be afforded tennis scholarships and greater opportunities.
The ribbon cutting was done by Sir Jack Hayward and Patty Bloom, and a tour of the facilities followed the ceremony. Kimberly Mullings, ZNS Total Sports.
And a word to the kids over there at the YMCA, take care of it, okay? Not like the other ones that the City of Freeport Council got you all just trying to tear it up. Here we go. The Grandma Volleyball Association at the St. George's Gym tonight. You got the BUT Bulldogs taking on the FFS Blue Thunder. That's a co-ed affair. Tennis Spikers and the BSR Kings will play the men feature. Should be a pretty good night. It's indoors too, so it's kind of cool. You should have some fun with that. Now the softball season closed out on a high note for the Abaco Imaging Bulldogs, the men's softball team. You see, the Bulldogs won back-to-back Bahamas Softball Federation national titles, and they've got the rings to show for it. Well, guess what, folks? All that hard work has paid off. Team manager ACO McDonald says simply they're looking to tour the islands next year and help to promote softball in the country.
There's some talks of going to Orlando in January, but we got a couple trips planned throughout the Bahamas. Going into next year, we'd like to hit almost every island in the Bahamas as back-to-back champions and play the teams there and try to boost up all of the leagues. That's our goal, is to have fun and to travel.
Well, let me tell you that as far as the team is concerned, McDonald says that he's going to look for a new year. Reason, he's also the president of the Abaco Softball Association.
Abaco League's good. I'm expecting another team or two this coming season, speaking as a president of the league. We had 4 men's team and 2 ladies this year. I'm pretty sure we got an extra ladies team coming into this next year and another men's team. So Abaco League is coming along. We got some young boys out there was getting into the game, which is good.
And I got to say congrats to those Bulldogs, and I'm going to go on record here. My DNR Sluggers team will shock the league next year, and Thomas Kelly will stop throwing blanks. He'll get his machine gun name back, okay? You hear me, blanks? And also just a reminder, folks, that the True Bahamian Culture Experience reaches the end of December 13th. The lead and going to be backed up by the inaugural boys. They got John Canoe Seminars going to be there. It's going to be a lot of fun with the leading those guys. They tell me I can't sing. Sheena, tell me I can't sing. That's a look at sports.
This portion